Hey guys, I just wanted to start today's lesson by saying how much I appreciate each and every one of you. At the start of this recording, I have just broken 100 subscribers. This is honestly more than I ever thought I'd have. To show my appreciation, I thought today's video should be on a Digimon that we all know, one that we've seen for several years, a true icon of the digital species. That's right, today we're talking about Numemon! Numemon. Hey guys, I'm the Digi-Ologist, and today is the first lesson that's being done by request. Jeremy Burner 5164, I hope I got your name right, asked about Numemon's role in the digital world. And I'm just doing this request because I think it's a good question, not because he calls me Doc when he replies to me, and I secretly love that. I mean, that would be bias. So, today's lesson is gonna teach you what a Numemon is, what their role is in the digital world, and whether you'd want one as a partner. Let's get into it. To start with, Numemon is a virus attribute mollusk type Digimon. It is at the champion level. Its body is a green, slimy, slug-like mass with blue spots on its back. It has two large eyes sitting atop stalks just above a huge mouth and tongue. The best way I would describe it is if Gary Busey made an Ahigo face while being melted. God, I want to send that sentence to my old English teacher. Just show them that I can write something beautiful. Unfortunately, that brings us to Numemon's attacks. And I must warn you, they are not pleasant. Probably the least offensive of these is Hyper Stink Shot, where it unleashes toxic gas by burping. Of course. But that's still not as bad as Yucky Tongue, where it licks you, which to me feels less like an attack and more like sexual assault. But finally, we have to discuss the attack you all knew was coming, Poop Toss. I just know this is someone's favorite Digimon, and that upsets me. Poop Toss, or Numa Sludge, as some call it, is exactly as bad as you think it is. Numemon defecates, then flings it at its enemies. This doesn't really hurt, but it is getting hit by poop, so it's really not great. Now, to answer Jeremy Burner's question, where does Numemon fit into the digital world's ecosystem? Well, it's not fast, not strong, and not intelligent. So hunting is out of the question. Instead, Numemon are scavengers, eating anything left over by other Digimon. They are known to live in and consume various trash in the digital world. Now, while this is an important and useful job cleaning up the digital world, I would like to point out that this digital garbage often includes the waste of other Digimon. So, like Pasta Dinner points out here, they do in fact eat da poo-poo. Numemon, much like real-world slugs, prefer damp and dark environments, partially to avoid their slimy bodies from drying out, but also to lower the risk of any Digimon desperate enough to make a meal out of Numemon. At this point, you're probably wondering, why would any Digimon want to become a Numemon? Well, while I'm sure one or two weirdos do, most do not. In fact, a lot of evidence suggests that rookies, both in the digital world and as partners, digivolve into Numemon if they haven't been properly cared for. This includes if they never got treated for being sick. Maybe they just didn't groom themselves. Or 100 other care mistakes that can happen. Keep this in mind if you're a tamer and are just thinking of phoning it in the next time you see your Digimon. Okay. We've established that Numemon is a mistake. But can this mistake be corrected by digivolving? Well, while it is theoretically possible for any Digimon to digivolve into virtually any other Digimon, because of Numemon's handicaps, we'll call them, it's not very realistic. But but we can sort of make him into a different kind of mistake. If you found the Goldine mine and had your Numemon absorb the elements there, then it could digivolve into a Gold Numemon. It's still a Numemon, and in fact still a champion level, but I mean, it's slightly better to look at. Okay, you don't like that? Then you could try teaching the Numemon. Eventually, it may become smart enough to use a shell. Now it's become a Shell Numemon. Again, still a champion and still a Numemon, but at least you don't have to see all of it. Maybe you're weird and you've decided you're going all in on Numemon. You are Numa-pilled. You are slime maxing. Well, by letting your Numemon continue to eat garbage and live in filth and claim its own territory, eventually you could have a Black King Numemon. At least this one's an ultimate, I suppose. There is hope though. One Digivolution that is actually achievable and not terrible. Find a stuffed bear. The bigger the better. Now unstuff it. Leave the teddy bear's carcass with your Numemon, and then there's a chance it will crawl in there and digivolve to become a Monzemon, the only happy ending for a Numemon. That brings us to the ultimate question. Are Numemon good partners? Well, they are certainly easy to find, so that's a plus. All you gotta do is find the nastiest, smelliest, most garbage-filled spot in the digital world, and you're bound to find Numemon. Getting them to agree to be your partner may be a bit more difficult. You have to be careful when approaching them, as they may see you as a threat and start lobbing excrement at you. Avoid this, and then you have the Herculean task of trying to explain to the sludge-brained Digimon why it should be your partner. The promise of food and safety are your best bets for getting their approval, in my opinion, but you're gonna have to repeat yourself a lot. So now you've got a Numemon as a partner. What can you do with them? Not much. As I said before, there's not a lot going on upstairs for this Mon, so be prepared to explain the most basic task to your Numemon several times. In fact, a colleague of mine once described his Numemon partner as looking like a frat bro's vomit with just as many brain cells. They are not really much better when it comes to combat. They are what Mike Tyson would say, thucks. Now, most of Numemon's attack damage is to its own reputation more than its opponent's, so you're rarely going to win a fight even against lower level rookie Digimon. One silver lining to its disgusting attacks is that most tamers and Digimon will avoid you just to avoid being covered in poop. Though, be aware, the motivated ones will destroy your Numemon when push comes to shove. So don't take this as I can do whatever I want. As for their personality, they will at least be grateful for the food and care you provide and become very attached to you and follow you around like a little sibling. A little sibling your parents should have aborted. All in all, I do not recommend Numemon as a partner, unless you find its stupidity and ugly face endearing, in which case I'm also probably your type. So, that's Numemon. Did you guys learn anything new? Do you want Numemon as a partner? Thank you again to Jeremy Burner for requesting such an interesting Digimon. And thanks again for 100 subscribers, guys. It's really amazing. And if you guys want to continue to see this type of Digimon content, please like and subscribe. I'm the Digi-Ologist. Thank you for watching.